whether that's through an online or digital exhibition, or whether that's through Princeton Research Day, or an eventual JP or senior thesis and its presentation to a department. Samir, you've been so patient. Thank you.
Oh, no problem. Thank you very much for this interesting topic. As we all know, experimental teaching is enjoyable and fun for even the teacher and the students, but there is a challenges of time and cost, and this is something that we try to fix it, and still a challenge when you have a curriculum and you have a time, and so I wonder how things are flexible. For example, in Princeton, as most of you are teaching, I'm a researcher, a visiting researcher, and I do public opinion around the world for different organizations. And I feel how important when we train our interviewers to do it by themselves, to do the pre-testing. The questionnaire, we have 4 different, I can say, experimental experience before you give us a good questionnaire. Not just thinking in your offices, you gotta go and do the pre-testing, exactly how it will be done. But we still have challenges, even we are a project manager for research or a teachers in your case. How flexible are you to do it in curriculum, and how you manage time? Thank you very much.
Yes, I mean, that's something that's come up a lot, how much time it takes. And it does take a lot of time. I was very eager last year in organizing all these events. I have not planned anything for this year, so that should probably tell you something about the time and commitment that goes into this, right? I think one thing that you could do is, not necessarily maybe think of one activity for the year, right? Don't try to do so many different things, but what would you like to test out? How can that help you think about expanding? Once you plan something, it makes it much easier to do it again. I mean, obviously there's the time that goes into that particular activity, but the planning and knowing what the facilities are, knowing what the staff support is for a particular activity, what the resources are on campus, that's a big part of the hurdle, right, and time consuming in terms of the planning and execution process. But I think if you were to kind of think about introducing these activities slowly and then kind of use those experiences, maybe think about exploring one particular space on campus, or one, working with one particular collection, and from there that could help you build familiarity, and it won't be as daunting to do something else there in the future. But it does take time. I mean, the great thing is now I know so much more about what's available on campus and off campus. But in terms of the staff support, like I said, even planning a trip to the Met would take a lot of time to figure out buses and lunch orders and ordering the tickets. And there's usually 1 or 2 students who will not come, and I have to call them to make sure that we're not leaving them behind. So that's one thing that can take a lot of time. I mean, I've been very fortunate that our department has had staff members who have helped me a lot with this, with planning these logistics, making the poster, advertising things for me. Even email can feel really daunting to sometimes, right, to send out announcements. So we've had great support from staff members in the department, outside the department, and I'm very thankful for that. I'd also say that if you can get, your preceptors or graduate students, like people who are interested in teaching involved, I think it's a good experience for them too. They can learn a lot from it, and they can also help a lot with making sure no one's left behind at the museum, or that everyone got the lunch that they ordered, even basic things like that. But it's important for them too to see kind of these detailed aspects of teaching, and not just think about the abstract or more theoretical aspects of planning an activity.
Yes.